Hey guys, it's Joey Gaming and welcome back to another video here on the Joey Gaming channel. In today's video, we have another story time and it's about the student council trying to kidnap me. And yes, you heard that right, the student council slash exec tried to kidnap me when I was asleep. So it's a pretty crazy story, so I recommend that you go grab a snack, maybe some wings since it's Super Bowl Sunday. Also, yeah, happy Super Bowl Sunday because this video is coming out on Sunday the 12th. So I'm happy about that. Also, go Chiefs. That's the team I'm rooting for to win at the Super Bowl. Also, can't wait to see some awesome ads because the ads at the Super Bowl never disappoint. So I wonder if I'm going to be making a video talking about the Super Bowl, but I don't know. We're going to have to see. It's kind of too early to tell. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the story time. So the story time takes place midway through August of 2021. Me and my family were coming back from camping, right? And we were in this town, not in my town, but in another town, like in a neighboring town, right? And my mom gets a text message from another exec member, and she goes by the name of Kaylee. Kaylee is her actual name. She's either the treasurer or the historian. I'm not exactly sure. Really cool girl, by the way. She's pretty awesome. She did a good job on the exec. Anyways, she went ahead, texted my mom, right? And it was a big paragraph of things, right? And my mom starts reading it out loud. She says, and this is quote unquote, I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the whole thing. She says, "Oh, very soon we're planning on doing an initiation, where are we?" And then my mom stopped talking. At this time, I knew it was something secret. It was something that I wasn't supposed to be. It was something that I wasn't supposed to know. My mom she's like, "Yeah, it's best that you don't really know because this is supposed to be a surprise." I'm like, you know what? That's fair. Fair enough, right? So, I don't know. The whole time, the next few days were pretty, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. The next few days, my anxiety was a little high. It's like, what's going to happen? Like, are they going to break into my house and do something? Or are they going to, I don't know, steal my dog or something? I honestly don't know. Anything could be up in the air or whatever. Am I going to get drug tested? No. I don't know. Just anxiety, really, that was going on through the next few days, right? And I knew that something was going on, right? It was some sort of exec slash student council initiation, basically, right? And I knew something was going on. I wasn't sure. I had two options at this point, really. And one option was I can either pretend that I didn't know that something was going on and just let the surprise happen, or I can take advantage of the situation and do something a little spicy. So what I did is that the most likely thing that was going to happen is that the exec was going to show up at my door at the middle of night and like take me somewhere. I wasn't sure where. I just knew that it was something involved in the night. So anyways, that happens, and my mom wanted me to clean my room, and I knew that was a good sign. That was a good sign that something was going to happen tonight, right, in my house. And this was like a week or two before school starts, right? Before we actually go back to school for my senior year, right? So my mom comes in, tells me to clean my room, and I knew that was a good sign, right? I knew that was a sign that something was going to happen. And what I did is I grabbed my Nerf guns, right? And I start loading them up. I put in the blue darts, I load them up, right? I cocked them and I put them underneath my bed, right? And what I did is that I would wake up around 3 a.m. because I don't think they're going to wake me up any earlier than that. I don't think they're going to come to my house at that. So what I do is I grab my phone and I set a timer for 3 a.m. So I go to bed like usual and my timer goes off at 3 a.m. And instantly, instead of being tired, I was actually kind of awake. I was energized. And what I do is I go on Snapchat. On Snapchat, they have this thing. It's called a snap map. The snap map is I'm pretty sure everyone knows what the exact snap map is. And what I did is I followed a certain exec member. All the other exec members had their locations off, or I just didn't have them added to Snap. Except for one dude. His name is this awesome kid. He was also on the exec. He was pretty funny. I really enjoyed him. So what I would do, I would like watch him. I would stalk him on Snap Map, right? I was thinking that, okay, well, they're going to travel in one big group, right? I think the exec would travel in one big group to get everyone. So I was thinking, okay, it's going to be one big group, right? So I was stalking Charlie, right? And they would go to houses. And he actually drove past my neighborhood like a few times, right? And that kind of scared me because he'll drive by. I'm like, okay, shoot, this is the time. This is when he's going to come and get me. And no, he didn't drive by. Well, he drove by, but he didn't come to my house. He didn't even go on my street, but he drove past my block, I'm pretty sure, right? Anyways, I was laying in bed. It was like around 4 to 4:30. I wasn't exactly sure. And I hear a car, right? I hear a car drive up. Like, you know how cars are on the road? Like, it's quiet and then gets louder and louder, right? And I don't know, we didn't really see lights outside. Maybe they turned off their lights when they were approaching my house or something. I'm not exactly sure. But I hear the car pull up in front of my driveway, right? And I hear doors opening, right? And I hear whispering. And it sounded like the exec. I checked my Snap Map, and it wasn't. It was. It sounded like. It sounded like a few other people, right? It sounded like Kimball. It sounded like her, Kimball's sister, a few other people, and I don't know. So anyways, they start walking, and my dogs start barking, right? And one of the girls jokes saying, "Look at that, you alerted the dogs. Hope that Joey doesn't wake up," or something around those lines. I wasn't exactly sure. So anyways, they come in. They didn't knock on the door, they just walked right through, and my dogs were still barking, but they were calming down. I was still in bed, and at this point, my nerves were all over the place. I was full of anxiety, my hands were shaking. It's like, okay, it's going to happen in a minute, so I gotta get ready, right? And meanwhile, I'm hearing footsteps upstairs, like loud footsteps, well, not loud, but kind of quiet, and it stops for a minute, and then continues down the staircase. What happened is that Kimball, right, the guy that was in charge leading everyone through, right, he was confused where my room was, because how my house works is that you have a living room, then you have to go through the kitchen and then down some staircases before you reach my room, right? And Kimball was confused. And one of the exec girls had a point where my room was, so they go down there, and that's what happened. I actually have footage of that happening. I'll play it right now. You can actually see Kimball and a few of the exec girls walking through, and you can see Kimball being confused on where to go, and one of the exec girls had to come and help. I got this on security camera. Like seriously, after this whole Storytime happened, I went ahead and opened up my security camera app, and I downloaded that footage because I wanted to see what happened, right? So anyways, that happens, right? And they come down to my room, and all I hear is a bunch of whispering. They were trying to be quiet, but I could still hear them, right? I see them turn on a light, right? And then suddenly they open my door, and I was blinded by a bunch of light. And at that point, I knew it was my cue. So what I did is I flipped my blanket over, and that scared the girls on the exec. And I grabbed my Nerf guns, and I start blasting away while I scream, "You picked the wrong house, fool!" And so I chase them, right? I shoot them with some of the pistols, right? And I eventually run out of ammo, right? And the girls were like laughing and stuff, right? And what they ended up doing is that they made me stand in the corner and made me hold up a sign that said exec abduction, right? And they took my picture, but before that happens, they handed me a pistol, right? And this pistol had one of the Nerf pistols because they thought it was funny, and they took my picture. Meanwhile, this was happening. Kimball was filming the whole interaction because what they do is he was like recording everyone's reaction to see what would happen. They also want to make a collage of everyone's reactions, right? So Kimball was filming it, and I actually have that footage. I'll play it right now for you.
Are we going? You picked on the wrong house, Bill! You picked on the wrong house! You picked on the wrong house! I got more! What did you expect to happen? You're not talking to me. Well, this one I can smile. I feel like we need the Nerf gun in this.
Yeah. But, darn it. Okay, the person who walks into the room needs to take the camera.
Give me a good pose, Joey.
Joey, did you know we were coming?
I'll tell you the story.
So after that, one of the girls went ahead and asked me if they knew they were coming, and I said, okay, let me tell you the story. And I basically told you guys what happened, like I explained the whole situation, right? And the girls were just laughing. They were absolutely dying that I figured it out on what was going on, right? And one of the other girls was freaking out because she had a friend that used to live in my house before I did. So she actually been to the house. That living room that you seen in that video, she used to play Just Dance with her friend in that said room. So she was like freaking out that she was in the house that she, grew up in, because her friend would invite her to play Just Dance. So that was kind of a cool fact. So anyways, they told me what was up, and the plan was that they're going to go ahead and grab 2 or 3 more people, right? And they're going to wake them up, and then the plan is that they're going to take them to another house. So it was this big house near the golf field that we have in my town, right? We were going to drive down to that house, and we're going to have breakfast. We're going to have pancakes, right? We're going to hang out, and we'll have fun. So what happens is after that is I grab my shoes, and I go into their car, and we went ahead and we did that ritual with a few other people. We went ahead to this other guy's house, and he was asleep. It was pretty awesome. One girl went into this other girl's house. We woke her up, and she didn't say anything. She just woke up, and she was just happy. It was weird. She didn't have a reaction. She just woke up, and she was happy. She's like, "Oh, hi guys. How you guys doing?" She didn't really care that we were there. So I don't know. It was kind of crazy. So anyways, that happens, and we were done picking up people. And we decided to go to the house, right? And we get there, and Charlie and a few other exec, because what happened is that the exec decided to split up. And that's what happened. So we get to the house, right? And some exec members were telling others what I did, right? And they also mentioned the fact that I was stalking as well. And everyone thought that was funny. So anyways, we were doing that. And we were eating some pancakes, and we were talking about the exec. We all of a suddenly decided that would be fun to make a bunch of Kahoot games for each other, and we would take turns. So we had like 15 minutes to create a Kahoot, and we would send it in. And the whole time we would be playing Kahoots. Like there was a Joey Kahoot, there was a Kimball Kahoot, there was so-and-so's Kahoot. And it was just so fun. We had exec members pretending to be other exec members, right? It was intense, right? It was really, really funny. I don't really remember a lot. I don't know, it was kind of crazy. I did a lot of loopholes. I messed with a lot of people. And it was around like 9 a.m. kinda. And then we decided to go home around 9 a.m. And what happened is that some of the exec members were going to drive. They're going to carpool with the ones that actually, you know what I mean. We just carpooled back to our house, and that was it. That was the initiation. That was the exec kidnapping / initiation. Also, we took some photos. I'll share a few of them of that said house because I thought, I don't know, why not, basically. And that was the end of the story time. So that was the story time that the student council kidnapped me, and I thought I was going to die. Well, I didn't really think I was going to die. They probably thought they were going to die because I suddenly woke up and I was shooting guns at them. But anyways, guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and see ya. Peace.